a game that would remind you of a Clint Eastwood movie if he were a samurai. What you get when you place a samurai in an American West-inspired setting is an innovative hack-and-slash masterpiece. You take on the role of Gojiro Kiryu in the Wild West, on the lookout for a guy named Rando. As you search for him, you come across a variety of nasty guys who are destined to taste the end of your blade. Despite providing you with knowledge, you chop and dice them to pieces. In Samurai Western, the creators of the Way of the Samurai series bring the East to the Old West, casting a lone warrior against a horde of masked bandits amongst the tumbleweeds. Samurai Western 2005 is an action-adventure video game developed by Acquire and released for the PlayStation 2. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. A revolutionary samurai game, but not without its flaws. While it may appear to be absurd that a samurai carrying a sword could defeat warriors armed with assault rifles, Gojiro's abilities are amazing and unusual. It's a little tongue-in-cheek, but it's also very fascinating, especially since Gojiro has the ability to avoid bullets and even deflect them with perfect timing. Gojiro can cut his adversaries with quick slashes, pick up things from his surroundings to use as shields, demolish some surrounding elements such as tables, and also jump and evade. The combat is perhaps the game's most attractive feature, as the story of the game doesn't add much value to it. Gojiro Kiryu has traveled to America to track down his elder brother, who abandoned the samurai ways to work for a wealthy, dictatorial landlord named Goldberg. To reach said brother and have a confrontation with the bristly, mustached antagonist himself, you'll have to fight your way through 15 stages of Goldberg's infinite supply of henchmen. The plot isn't really compelling, and it has a propensity for introducing random enemy characters that aren't involved in anything other than ranting rubbish. While each blade plays a little differently, you'll be able to go past almost anything by alternating your attacks with dodges. It isn't a very complicated or multi-layered mechanic, apart from the different sword stances, but whirling through a barrage of gunfire while shredding numerous foes amidst grotesque jets of blood is entertainment at its peak. Gojiro's combo attacks start out weak, but as you defeat more enemies in battle, you gain experience points, which you can use to upgrade your skills and weapon mastery at the end of each level. However, this perfectly acceptable kind of violence is marred by a number of issues. To begin with, the game is just 15 levels long, with only 5 regions that you'll return to often. You return to the same locations and face the same opponents. However, this time they spawn in various regions and in varied numbers. Boss fights aren't much better. In reality, most bosses are just dumb, and most of the time if you leave their spawn region, they probably won't bother you. What's inadvertently hilarious is attempting to obtain a health pickup while the boss is not only standing in his room, but also receiving bomb damage from his own minions who aren't clever enough to stop throwing explosives when the player is not even in range. The game attempts to compensate for the monotony by offering a wide range of unlockable items like cowboy boots and lassos, parrots and monkeys, bandanas, bunny masks, pirate hats, afros, and more. Additional character models and some bonus stages can also be unlocked. The overall appearance of the game is average. With the visuals, script, and voiceovers, the developers recreated the appearance and feel of an old spaghetti western. The camera work is often jerky, and the environment textures have some room for improvement. However, the creators did make some interesting design choices, like adding a light flicker to the cutscenes to make it appear like you're viewing an old Clint Eastwood film on the big screen. Marvelous verdict. Why play Samurai Western? While the fast-paced fighting can be fun, the excessive amount of repetition in the combat, locations, and adversaries, as well as the opponent's brain-dead AI and questionable level design decisions, greatly limit the game's appeal. This game has a lot of bonuses to unlock, but only the most patient completists will get that far. Samurai Western is a one-of-a-kind hack and slash, which gives off serious Onimusha meets Red Dead Revolver vibes. There are some typical Western locales that are recycled throughout the game, The game has both single-player and co-op modes, the latter of which introduces a gunman character named Ralph, which adds some replay value to the title. Regardless of its flaws, Samurai Western is a lot of fun to play, and deserves a special mention in the list of PS2 classics purely for its fresh approach to hack-and-slash gameplay and out-of-the-box story elements.